everyone. For this review, we have the Hot Toys Episode 2 Anakin Skywalker. This is being marketed for the 20th anniversary of Episode 2. This is also a movie master series, which means he's going to have posable eyeballs. So there's that. It's going to come in this plastic bag. We'll take this off. There's nice foil raised Star Wars logo. Good photography. The sides are pretty plain, but kind of consistent with the Star Wars line for Hot Toys, which is also kind of a carryover from the Sideshow series. Um, This box is a little damaged, but the back, we've got kind of a call out to all the people who worked on it and some warning information here. There's also a foil sticker on the bottom. And then this is basically a slip cover. So you pull this off, and then you get more of a Kenner style look. So nice Attack of the Clones logo here. You get this Kenner style pill label for Anakin Skywalker. This is foil and it's raised and looks really cool. On this side, you get some nice photography and a little bit of a bio down here. Nice photography back here, and basically kind of a recreation of what was on the slipcover with kind of a call out to people who worked on it and some warnings. And this is just a carryover of the wraparound from the other side. The top, just basic Star Wars logo. Same for the bottom. And then this does have kind of a lift up flap. And you get to see more accessories. So he's got a lot of stuff. He's got multiple lightsabers, multiple hands, a bunch of gadgets. Some of the stuff I cannot see because of the glare and all the plastic that's in front of it. So let's go ahead and get him out. All right. So in the back is going to be his robe. There's nothing else back here, just a robe. But technically, this was taped to the back. This came loose. There is an instruction booklet here. There's a lot of stuff going on. So figure out how to work with this. So there is a tray on top. That tray has all the extra hands. Whoops. Um, some extra screws. I don't know what these screws are for. Probably something to do with the lightsabers. He's got extra wrist pegs. These lightsabers are powered. So these connect into something we'll find out here in a moment, probably some kind of power cell, so that you can have him have a powered lightsaber look. This is kind of a departure from what they had been doing. They'd basically give you like a special arm that you have to swap out. I think I like this a little bit better in that you don't have to deal with batteries. Like in the arm, like you gotta take the arm out to change the batteries. So that's gonna be an interesting feature. Do my best to show off the packaging in its original form, but he's got these environmental pieces that go to the stand. He does have the eyeball tool. Um, I am positive. Yeah, this is the power cell. So you're gonna put the little batteries in here. Oh, it's chargeable. Yeah. Oh, so that's cool. So you plug this into power, and then you run your cable into this, and then you have to deal with swapping out um, watch batteries. There's a couple other pieces. I think these are for holding the battery compartment, the power cell. In the top, he's got two lightsaber effects. One's got plastic on it, and the other one doesn't. Also does not want to come out. But there's that one, so blue and green. He's got his robot arm. He's got the two saber colors. He's got two lightsabers. And then we have the figure himself. There's a little cover on top of him. And oh, that's really interesting. So you had the plastic around the head, and he had kind of like this foam paper on the back of the head. Guess they were really worried about the paint on the head. Um, the paint is pretty immaculate. Like, good lord, the texture on this head is amazing. He does have some little baggies on his hands. They come off pretty easily. Thank God for that. And let's see if these ones on his feet come off easily. They do. Took a little bit of effort, but they had just enough room to slide off. And oh, he's got wire at the bottom of his sleeves. Lastly, he's got some wax paper around his neck. Slides off easily. Hmm. Ah, okay. And while we're here, you cannot really see the seam at all, but there is a seam, and the back of the head comes off. There's also a magnet, and that's where the um, eye mechanism is. That's how you change the eyes. Okay, and then that goes right back on. You should just be able to plug this back in. It's basically a dumbbell joint. So he's going to have that kind of articulation. It's bend at the top of the neck, but at the bottom of the neck. All right. I'll do some adjusting here. Okay. Lastly, he does have a stand and the uh, arm to go on it, and then these little pieces basically just you just sit it in front of the stand. I have not been using these stands recently. I kind of like using the kind of third party low profile stands. Just kind of like those better because they don't get in the way as much. So I'll talk about this real quick. I'm not going to put it on because it's going to be a ton of trouble, but it had a little bag around it to help keep the paint fresh. It does not articulate in the hand. There's obviously articulation at the top. And you can see it just kind of pegs in. Um, but it does look pretty cool. This looks weird, but it is accurate. I just didn't know that there was this weird thing hanging off his arm underneath all this. That's cool. The detail's really nice. So you can do a lot with the lightsabers. He can take this saber and trying to see. I think that's what that was for. Oh, that's so interesting. So this guy does not have a peg out of the package. This one does. And there's a little place to sit this. It kind of slides into this slot. I think. This one doesn't want to do it. Yeah, I don't know. Um, this lightsaber has a slot, and it should slot into this little thing here, but it won't. His regular lightsaber looks like it has a piece that wants to go in there. And I think that's what this little baggie is for. Yeah, there's a short piece and a long piece, and what I'm guessing is you got to put the long piece on for this to hang properly, and then the short piece is just to be more accurate, and that will be what you use to have him hold the lightsaber with. A little weird, but whatever. I'm gonna see if I can get this to work on camera, but before we do that, let's talk about the figure a little bit. So the head is pretty immaculate. Um, we already talked about how the head comes apart, but the painting of the hair, the texture is just really amazing. It took a long time to get this version of Anakin. I don't know if we're going to get another episode 3 version, but um, you know, this is definitely like a definitive Anakin now. He's got some good layering with the robes. So there's one inner robe, another inner robe, and then another jacket on top of that. So there's lots of layering. Um, Obviously, he's got this brown uh, leather vest type thing on top. Um, it doesn't hang perfectly, but there is absolutely no way this is ever going to hang perfectly. There is some edging to it, which is nice, and I don't know if they done this on purpose, but this bunching is very realistic. I just don't know if it's just doing this naturally or if there's some kind of work that was done to it to make it look like that. I would be afraid to take this off because it just seems like it's adhering to the body like extremely well. Um, the Yeah. And see, I didn't even know this about the outfit. So there's like another flap. So is there's this leather on the outside and basically a brown fabric version of this underneath it. This skirt, I'm gonna call it a skirt, but it's more like a gi. You got that underneath, and that is looking pretty good. It seems like, yeah, there is a wire in here. Um, I don't know why they did this, but there is a wire on the inner gi. So there's that, and then there is a wire at the edge of the sleeve. So you can basically get some really realistic looks from the fabric by doing this. Um, Fabric pants. The boots are like pleather material. These straps are separate pieces. This is not separated. This is all together. The straps are a separate piece. They're probably glued on. There are treads on the bottom. I mean, this is definitely, premium. Beyond, premium for a Hot Toys figure. Okay, let's see if I can get this working. Okay, I'll plug that in. All right, so I got this plugged into power. I need to unfurl this a little bit. And this does have a directional way to plug in. Put this in, and there's a on-off switch. Oh, that's nice. Okay. All right. So this cable that I'm using is a little too thick. Let's see if I can bring it. Okay. This is the wrong hand for him to hold it with, but just want to kind of give you an idea what this is going to look like. But that's pretty cool. Even with these studio lights I got on him, you can see the blade lit up very well. So that is very, very, very cool. Obviously, you would want to do something creative to help hide the cable, or maybe not. Uh, you could put the effort in trying to like route it through the clothing, or you could just, you know, kind of get it most of the way there and just kind of let it not be seen. So you could easily do that. You could always leave this alone and just use the regular blade and display him with that. But it's nice that You have some options. Yeah, that hand isn't going to work. Okay. Yeah. And then the other lightsaber was you know, the one that he had at the end of episode 2 where he fought Dooku. Um, so let's take um before I forget about it, I just want to kind of go over the belt because there's a lot of detailing on here. There are multiple pieces to the belt. So there's this back layer. This is a separate piece. This clasp and inner belt. Um, the clasp doesn't work, but it's still part of it. He's got the little place for the lightsaber to go. These other pouches are not functional, but they look really nice. And the belt itself is pretty much pleather material. The boots, just kind of want to show off the straps a little bit more. Um, just really, really nice. And then I won't go over articulation, but pretty much your standard Hot Toys articulation. Because you've got a fabric um, outfit, you're going to get a lot of movement from it. I would be careful about the boots. There is a good bit of movement a, a, a ability, but I just feel like you're gonna have some limits, and you might want to be careful like stretching this pleather material. Over time, there's a chance for it to crack, and I personally would just leave it in a static pose. But that's just me. So that's Anakin. Um, in quick comparison, here he is with Amidala. Um, I think the scale is good. He is supposed to be tall. Maybe this is not truly accurate scale, but close enough. And they definitely look the part together. So, you know, if you're getting this guy, you probably want to get her. If you got her, you probably want to get this guy. All right. So at the time of this video, Anakin is shipping from Sideshow. So if you want him, now's the time to get him. Definitely recommend him. Excellent figure. I would say like the construction, the materials, and the overall package is better than what they did with the episode 3 Anakin. And this is definitely the definitive version for the moment. So that's the review. Thanks for watching. Please tune into more videos coming up. And as always, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you.